What's up, guys? We are back. Fitness Profit Multiplier, Anthony and Jimmy. Everyone's getting excited. As of recording this, it is December 29th, my daughter's 9th birthday. And we are closing in on January 1st. And everybody is already talking about it. January. Everybody's setting the New Year's resolution. Truth be told, January is the best times for big box gyms, because people make a New Year's resolution and they run down the street to the gym and they sign up there. But for us who have small group or personal training facilities, our January is really in February. And why is that? Because it takes a while for people to realize, oh crap, I can't do this by myself. And yes, we will get a little bit of a trickle in come January, but February and March is really where we get hammered with people, because at this point they've tried almost everything. They went to the gym for a week, they tried a new diet for 2 weeks, and now they're frustrated and stuck. Now it's February 1st and they say, you know what, I'm going to go talk to a personal trainer. So we're going to talk today about why February is even better than January for us. I mean, I kind of summarized it, but yeah, we're going to dive more into that.
Yeah. And there's a couple of plays that we use to really take advantage of that whole process, right? Because like Anthony said, January 1st, everybody goes to a big box. They do it for 3 weeks and then realize they can't do it on their own. So they seek out personal trainers. But they don't typically like the personal trainers at the big box. They may work with those people, but a lot of times they kind of get a bad rap because a lot of these big boxes will just hire anybody, right? And so when people come to us, they're like, well, I didn't want to train with the trainers there. I had a membership at Gold's Gym and it just didn't work for me, right? I just wasn't consistent. I wasn't committed. I wasn't going, even though I had good intentions, right? And so if you don't see a big revenue spike in January, it's because our industry, our subset of the industry, doesn't see a big revenue spike in January. We just don't. And so if business coaches and people out there are telling, oh, you got to gear up for January, this, that, and the other thing, I even kind of take the opposite, where like, just keep running that status quo through January. You don't necessarily have to like run any special promos or anything for January, right? Because you're competing with every other big box gym out there that's running a deal, running a special, whatever it may be. Let them run all their specials. Let all those people kind of go through and churn through that. And then about February 15th, it starts to pop off, right? February 15th, it starts to pop off. So you want to be ready mid-January for special promos you're going to do, things like that. So you can get people kind of geared up to get started at that point. And we have two things that we do in the beginning of the year to really push this revenue spike. Historically, March and October have been our two big months that push us to a new revenue number, historically, right? Because they start trickling in February, they start closing, and then March is just gangbusters. There's two big plays that we use. One of our plays is our referral play that we run in December, which starts to populate in February, March, right? Because that's where the expiration date on some of these gift cards that we give out ends up being. So we give out a gift card to each one of our members in the mail to invite a friend or family member in for free for a month. They start in February, they start getting billed in March, right? So March goes through the roof. The other thing that you'll see an uptick in leads and a downtick in lead cost throughout February, right? January, they're not looking for you. February, they are. So how can you be prepared for that, and what kinds of things do you want to do? I like doing an internal challenge where people can invite their friends in for that internal challenge as well. And then I like promoting a fat loss based focused ad structure on social media during that time, because fat loss is the main goal at that point. So if you specialize in something else, like, you know, injury prevention or strength or whatever, switch to fat loss during that point in time, because that's what everybody's looking for, right? So generally, that's what to expect and what we see. January, February, going to be a little bit low. March will kick. So don't be worried if your January is not hitting.
Yeah, and I don't know. I almost want to take like the opposite stance on social media. I was thinking about this today. I want to take almost the opposite stance to all this, and maybe even put out like something called like the anti-challenge and go against what everybody else is marketing. Because again, everybody right now, if you go through your social media feed, you'll see everybody is marketing a 30-day challenge, 30-day new you, new me, whatever. They're all these different types of challenges. I almost want to take the opposite of it just to stand out. You know, the anti challenge. We're not doing a challenge. We're talking long term and saying the opposite things that people are saying because you'll get some of the people who'll be like, yeah, because people know, they all know, all right, yeah, I could do this for 30 days. I'll lose all my weight because they all think they're going to lose all their weight in 30 days. But I know this is not sustainable. So I almost want to take the opposite approach and put out like an opposite ad in January, which is I kind of been brewing in my mind and I've been thinking about it. And I think I'm gonna run something like that, the anti-challenge, and then just talk about long-term sustainability, accountability, all those words that everyone else is not talking about. Because again, you just want to kind of go against the grain a little bit. And then come February, switch it like Jimmy said, and just put out like, same kind of thing. Hey, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm. And in January, you're in a sea of advertisements, right? For gyms. You're in a sea of ads on social media from every type of niche business out there. 24-hour fitness, no money down, Gold's Gym, 3 free training sessions with your membership, Orange Theory, first month free. Like all of this stuff is going to hit like crazy. And do you want to compete with those offers, or do you want to compete with something that is different that's going to attract a different kind of person? Because all these people that are like freebie seekers and the types of people that are going to come in and do the free stuff and all this stuff during January is much more heightened because it's all these people that never think about fitness the rest of the year, but they think about it for 2 weeks in January. Oh, I got to really change. Okay, I'll do this free thing. And then don't stick. But if you have an opposite offer, you can stand out in the feed and you can also attract that type of person that's going to be contributing to your monthly as opposed to just taking up a spot in your gym for that first month, right? So you can slice it a couple different ways. You can hang out with the rest of the crowd and do the free month thing and see what you can pick up, but it's probably better in January to run something that's a little more status quo for just like, we're just trying to help people come in, give us a shot, that kind of thing, as opposed to sustainability, right? As opposed to the challenge that's going to transform your body. It's like everybody's doing that, right?
Yeah, and think about it too. The other thing is like how well and long are those clients going to stick? We all know, I think the statistic is that people give up their New Year's resolution, I think by the second week of January or something like that. It's like ridiculous how many people fall off. So it's like, do you really want those people who are in and out right away? I don't know. For me, I'd rather not even market that and not deal with those types of people.
Right. So it's kind of up to you how you guys want to slice it. But if you're, starting to get this anxiety of January where it's like, oh, I thought January was big for fitness and we're not seeing any growth and da 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 da. It's because we're personal training facilities, right? People don't want to buck up for higher ticket services when they're newly going into this habit forming. They want to just do the bare minimum, the cheapest thing, and think they can do it on their own, think they have the knowledge, this and that, which is funny because these are the people that probably have the least knowledge and the least ability, yet they want the $20 a month thing that they're never going to do. When we know that if you're just starting out on a new fitness goal, you probably should pony up the money and actually purchase something that's worthwhile with a trainer. The statement that always gets me is when somebody says, oh, like you're trying to close somebody on a sale, and they go, well, I think I should be in better shape before I hire a trainer. And it just drives me up the wall because I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. It's like, do you think you should be a better cook before taking a cooking class? No, you just take the freaking class, right? Like, It's like, oh, I should be better at playing the piano before like actually hiring somebody to help me play it. You don't know anything. Like, how are you supposed to? So anyway, that's a side note. But just remember, guys, January, February, and March is really the new January, or the real January for us as training facilities. So if your revenue doesn't just spike in March, you don't get a huge influx of new clients, don't worry, because it's coming for you, right? You just have to be prepared with pushing out the marketing, getting your referral campaigns going, and reactivating old clients in February, right?
Yeah, I would say, guys, save your marketing dollars in January. Click that link below. We did a free training on how you can add 10 clients in 7 days with zero ad spend. Use that play in January as your main thing. You could probably even run that play twice, because it's a 7-day promo. You could run it 2 instead of 1 week, and double the amount of people that you could hopefully get in. And then you'll get a bunch of better clients in that way, as opposed to using marketing dollars from Facebook and wherever else, and getting all these random people that are going to just stay with you for 6 weeks and then be done. So that's what I recommend you guys do. Then come February, turn those ads on and gather up all those people who have failed in January. And I would say even gear your marketing maybe toward talking with them, talking to them. Hey, have you tried other programs in the past? Hey, have you not had any success with them? Blah, blah, blah. And then just gear the marketing message toward that person who wants to give up already, but is still looking to get to their fitness goals. So that's what we say that you should do. Don't be afraid if January is not a good month. Get ready for February, because it should be your best. All right, guys, Anthony and Jimmy, Fitness Profit Multiplier, we are out.